Boy X, page 172. When we left off, Thorn was coming towards the shelter, and Ash said that he had a plan and he pulled Isabel back into the shelter. We're at 8 hours and 1 minute until shutdown. When they finish, Ash nodded and stepped away from the dampened fire. "We're ready. You get back. I'll open the door." Creeping forward, he grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and yanked it wide. Like before, it screeched on its rusted hinges, but it was almost inaudible because the howlers grew more agitated, filling the night with their demonic grunting and growling. "He's coming." Ash hurried back to join Isabel in the darkest shadows of the bunker. They huddled together, squeezed as far into the corner as possible. Earlier, Ash may have been worried about spiders crawling over him, but right now, the only thing he was scared of was Thorn. Right now, the only thing he could think about were the broken bodies in the biosphere and the man without expression. "He'll gut us both." Between them and the door, the fire was little more than a gentle glow, so the room was almost in darkness, but there was enough light to attract Thorn's attention. Outside, the monkeys raged as the light moved in the forest, flickering when Thorn passed behind the trees. Ash could have sworn he was following the exact same route he and Isabel had taken, as if he were some kind of sniffer dog. Again, Ash had that fleeting thought that Thorn might be like he was, Thorn plus. "Maybe," Isabel's dry tongue clicked, "maybe we should have hidden in the forest." "This'll work," Ash said. "It won't," said the voice. "Thorn is going to take your knife and cut you down the middle." Ash touched the dog tag for reassurance, then looked down at the survival knife in his fist and gripped it tighter. "He's here." Isabel's whisper sent a shiver down his spine, and Ash looked up to see the white light come to the edges of the trees. It stopped and scanned to the right before shining toward the bunker. They crouched together, knives held out in front of them, and watched as Thorn came right out into the clearing and angled his light toward the canopy, illuminating a frenzy of activity in the trees. The monkeys leaned out from their perches, baring their teeth, grunting and howling. Thorn turned on the spot, surrounded by baying animals, then flicked off his flashlight so he was nothing more than a dark shape. Then, like a ghost floating over the rocks, he moved quickly toward the bunker. Isabel's breathing was loud. Ash could feel her fear as much as he felt his own. He could smell the acrid burned plastic mixed with the overripe sweetness of Kronos flowing through her veins, spreading its death. But as Thorn approached, Ash could sense that the killer was unnerved now, too. The monkeys had scared him, and the way he moved wasn't like in the biosphere. He wasn't as calm now. His heart was beating faster. His steps were less confident. And when he reached the bunker, he came straight inside and pulled the door shut behind him. The instant it closed, the howling stopped, as if someone had pressed a button. Every monkey fell silent at once. "Ash!" Thorn's voice was like a cold hand around Ash's throat. "Isabel, are you in here?" He stepped farther inside and switched on the flashlight, shining it from wall to wall, finally coming to rest when it was pointing right into the far corner. "Ash." Holding knife at arm's length, Ash got to his feet and puffed out his chest. He spoke in a low, strong voice. "Leave us alone." Thorn took another step into the room. "You've given me quite the runaround. Leave us alone." "I'm here to help. I tried to tell you before, but you threw a crowbar at me. Good shot, by the way." "Help us?" Ash tried to read him, to listen to Thorn's breathing, to hear his heartbeat and sense if he was lying. But there was too much to think about, too much to confuse him. "No, you're here to kill us." Thorn took a step closer and pointed the flashlight at the wall, holding out his other hand. "Kill you?" No, Ash, you don't understand. He took another step forward. I really am here to help you. Both of you. You have to listen. Thorn's next step came down on the old tarpaulin that they had dragged from beneath the table and draped over the hole in the floor. Before Thorn could finish his sentence, the thick material disappeared beneath him, and he fell forward. The flashlight flew out of his hands, clattering on the concrete, and he reached out, trying to grip the side of the hole. It was too wide for him, though, and he disappeared in the blink of an eye, vanishing into the darkness below. There was a thump, followed by a sudden flurry of movement, as a colony of large bats, disrupted by Thorn's fall, spiraled up in turmoil. They poured out of the room below, circling and chattering around the bunker, then made for the hole in the ceiling and vanished into the night. When they were gone, an eerie silence fell over the room. "It worked," Isabel said. "We got him."